Welcome back to Dinar Current. Major update on Iraqi Dinar exchanges. Is your bank on the list? If you're holding Iraqi Dinar and wondering whether your bank will soon allow exchanges, you're not alone. Today's update could be a turning point. Make sure to read until the end. This information might shape your next financial decision. The Central Bank of Iraq has announced a major policy shift. Only a specific list of authorized banks will be allowed to carry out Iraqi Dinar IQD exchanges. This is no rumor, it's confirmed. The move introduces an official, regulated framework for dinar holders both within Iraq and abroad. What this means for dinar investors. This is one of the most impactful developments in the dinar market to date. The change brings both optimism and concern, a clearer path to exchange for some and uncertainty for others. If your financial institution didn't make the approved list, it could mean additional steps or even the inability to process your exchange. This update is especially important for dinar holders in the US, Canada, and the UK. Some banks might not be eligible to handle these transactions, while others may require clients to work through intermediaries. Why this move matters. Iraq's financial leadership is making a calculated move toward greater accountability and transparency. By limiting the number of institutions involved in the dinar exchange process, the government hopes to control risks, prevent corruption, and rebuild trust in its financial system. The approved banks were selected through a strict review process. They had to prove adherence to international banking standards, possess reliable security systems, and demonstrate the capacity to manage high-value currency exchanges efficiently. Two possible outcomes for dinar holders. For many dinar investors, this announcement confirms what they've hoped for, a structured and regulated exchange process. But for others, it raises concern, especially if their current bank isn't part of the approved group. There could be significant delays, added complexity, or a complete inability to exchange if your bank isn't involved. This is why action now is essential. Delaying could mean missing the window of opportunity. Why not all banks were included? Some may question why only a few banks were chosen. The answer lies in Iraq's need for tighter oversight. For years, Iraq's financial environment has struggled with corruption and instability. By narrowing the list, the central bank can better monitor activities, reduce fraud, and increase transparency. Each authorized bank is required to follow strict protocols, submit daily reports, and maintain full compliance with financial regulations. Changes in the exchange process. With fewer banks managing dinar transactions, changes are inevitable. We can expect longer processing times, stricter requirements, and potentially tiered exchange rates based on bank contracts and affiliations. Those who act early could benefit from better terms and faster service. How to find out if your bank is approved? Wondering if your bank made the cut? Reach out to them directly. Ask whether they're approved by the Central Bank of Iraq for dinar exchanges, or if they plan to work with a bank that is. It's also important to follow verified financial news outlets for updates and avoid unconfirmed information from forums or social media. Avoiding scams and fraud. With significant financial shifts come increased risks. Scam artists and fake brokers may try to take advantage of investors. Be cautious, never exchange your dinar with unauthorized dealers, no matter what rate they promise. Always use banks that have official approval. Get prepared now. Take time to ensure everything is in order. Your dinar notes should be secure and verifiable. Gather proof of purchase. Confirm your bank account is ready. Have a backup plan if your bank isn't approved. Inside Iraq, public reaction. Inside the country, urban populations are welcoming the change as a step toward financial modernization. However, rural communities may face difficulties if their local institutions aren't included. That's why it's critical for Iraq's government to prioritize public communication and education. If implemented correctly, this plan could bring wide-ranging benefits, from reducing inflation to increasing purchasing power and economic stability. Looking ahead, this reform could also signal to global investors that Iraq is serious about financial reform. Increased investor confidence could bring more foreign capital into the country, which in turn could support the value of the dinar. This appears to be the beginning of a larger strategy. If the current rollout is successful, additional banks may be added later, increasing access while maintaining regulatory control. What's next? There's no official date yet for a full-scale exchange launch, but this move suggests we're close. Think of it like watching preparations before a major event. The groundwork is happening now. Be ready, stay informed, double-check your documents, and keep an eye on trusted sources. Don't wait to react, prepare now. Final thoughts. Whether you've invested a little or a lot in Iraqi dinar, this development directly affects you. Call your bank, confirm their status, gather your paperwork, and ensure your dinar is safe. Those who are prepared will be in the best position to benefit when the exchange process opens. Thanks for joining us on this important update from Dinar Current. If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe. We're here to bring you reliable and timely information every step of the way. See you in the next update.